Yeah. You spent the whole track saying you answered everything. Cool. Let's check that. Check it out. Cool. Yeah. You keep saying point by point, let's start with the facts. Why'd it take 2 whole weeks just to put this on wax? 2 weeks building a response and that's the angle you chose. Just repeating, I answered over and over in flows. You say, I changed topics every time you replied, but the topics ain't changing if they never denied. The AI point still stands, you never killed it at all. You just said I was copying while ignoring the call. See, that's the problem with the track that you wrote. You spent more time saying I answered than quoting the quotes. If the rebuttals were deadly, you repeat them with pride instead of telling everybody that they're somewhere outside. You claim you got evidence, context and proof. Then where's the proof? You just keep mentioning proof. That's not a rebuttal, that's a placeholder line, like saying trust me bro, but putting it in a rhyme, point by point. Nah, let's really do that. Every time receipts appear, you move away from the facts, point by point. Let's put it on display. You keep saying you answer while avoiding what I say, point by point. Nah, let's really do that. Every time receipts appear, you move away from the facts, point by point. Let's put it on display. You keep saying you answer while avoiding what I say. Let's revisit PBM, since you skipped that section. 3 diss tracks from you and still took the rejection. First 2 dropped, then PBM answered once. Then you dropped another and still couldn't get one. That's not me moving goalposts, that's history itself. You can argue with opinions, can't argue with what happened. 3 swings from Magma King, 1 swing from PBM, yet people still remember who came out ahead. Funny how the song says, I ignore your defense, but you ignored that battle from beginning to end. Whole verse about evidence, whole hook about facts, yet the biggest loss on your record never made it to wax. That's selective memory, disguised as a reply, like hoping nobody notices what you left behind when there's retext. Let's address that too. 4 minutes of dissing and no answer from dude. You call it a victory? That's hard to believe. Your own hater looked over and decided to leave. Think about that. Not anger, not fear, not defeat, just complete disinterest in competing with you. Put together a whole track and got silence instead, like the notification showed up and got left unread. You wanted a battle, got a ghost town response. That's not domination, that's getting shrugged off. And somehow you got the nerve to call that success when your biggest opponent didn't think you were worth the stress. Now let's get back to the AI accusation, the thing that started this entire conversation. You call me fake for using tools in creation while allegedly doing the same thing in your own situation. That's why the criticism hits different today. It ain't the technology, it's what you chose to say. You tried to use it as an insult and a weapon to swing, then reportedly turned around and did the exact same thing. That's textbook hypocrisy, simple and plain. Different rules for yourself than the rest of the game. You can't build a whole angle then abandon the view. The second the spotlight gets redirected at you. So no, this ain't me changing topics for fun. These are the same questions you never outrun. You could say point by point 100 more times, but saying you answer isn't the same as answering. 2 weeks later, whole song about responses. Still no real answer for PBM. Still no real answer for ETX. Still no real answer for the hypocrisy. Point by point, the points are still here.
Yo, alright, bring in the second beat. Yo, you keep saying I'm uncreative. That's the angle again. Same punchline, same setup, same place that you've been. Every track got the same 4 points dressed in disguise, like you changed the word in but recycled the lines. You called me out for tools, made it your centerpiece, then turned around and did the same thing the next week. That's why every accusation keeps boomeranging back. Every shot that you fire keeps landing on your track. You don't even hear it, that's the craziest part. Every rebuttal you write just restarts from the start, like you're battling a mirror and you're losing a round, cause the flaws that you mention keep coming from your mouth. Check it out. Check it out to the love. Yeah. You said I got no creativity, let's examine the claim. Why your songs keep repeating the exact same refrain? Dodging points, fake rapper, you got no pen. I've heard that verse so much, I could write it again. Where's the evolution? Where's the new angle at? Every response sounds like a remix of the last. You keep calling me predictable while proving me right by recycling the same material night after night. If creativity creative and matters, then practice what you preach. Don't just say the word creative in every speech, cause the more that you repeat it, the weaker it sounds. Like you're trying to convince yourself while the audience doubts. They say it out. Say it. And that's the irony. Yeah. You keep saying I'm proving your point, while every track you drop keeps proving mine. Yeah. You had 2 weeks to cook and brought leftovers out. Same recipe, same ingredients, same route. Whole response built around things you already said. Like you copied your own homework and submitted it instead. You claim you're answering everything line by line, but repeating I answered isn't proof that you're right. If the argument's strong, let it stand on its own. You shouldn't need to remind us every verse in the song. And the more that you talk, the clearer it gets. You ain't fighting my angles, you're fighting yourself. Every criticism aimed outward circles back around to your own contradictions are the loudest sounds. And so keep saying uncreative. So keep saying uncreative. Keep saying fake pen. Keep saying the same lines again and again, because every time you do, you make the case for me. Yeah. Now let's talk about the cover art situation real quick. Definitions on the screen like a rhetorical trick. You posted creativity like it's proof in the case, then flipped and posted uncreativity in the same damn space. Called it hypocrisy like you made a genius reveal, but you mirrored the whole concept. Same structure, same feel, that's the irony stack. You just double the frame, pointing at the mirror while you doing the same thing. It ain't about the screenshot, it's the pattern it shows. How every single angle just repeats what you chose. Critique turns to copy, then you act like it's new, but the blueprint's identical in everything you do. And the crowd keeps on gassing it like it's revolutionary. Every post gets applause like it's legendary theory. But hype don't replace when the structure don't change. It's just louder recycling in a different arrangement. So while they cheer in the comments, I'm noticing the loop. Same ideas coming back with a different proof. And if everything's mirrored when the angles are set, then who's really responding and who's just a reflection? And again, yeah, and who's just a reflection instead? Yeah, just a reflection instead.
I ain't never been the same, man. Hey. You spent 8 verses telling me I only got 4 things, then spent 8 verses talking about those exact same things. Pen King comments delay, that's the whole track summarized in one phrase. You say my angles never change, let's compare notes. Half your record just the same rebuttals re-quoted. You call it addressing points, I call it running in place. Like a treadmill argument that ain't leaving the same space. And every time you say repetition isn't proof, I agree with the statement. That's the funny truths, cause that's exactly why your track falls apart. You repeat the same defense in every single bar. The weirdest part is you keep proving my case. Every response gives another example to place. You called me hypocritical, copied the cover art theme, then acted surprised when people noticed the scheme. First it was creativity, then uncreativity. Same concept, opposite definition visibly. I ain't saying nobody owns a dictionary page. I'm saying it's ironic after the claims that you made. You said I copied you, then copied my angle. Now we're watching the contradiction get tangled. It's like every accusation takes a lap around the room, then comes back home when it's aimed at you, when it's cool. And let's talk about all the gas in the comments below. Every track's a masterpiece according to your bros. Before they hear the bars, they already know the script. Cooked them, destroyed them, new to you, that's it. No breakdowns, no analysis, no specifics. Just cheering every punch before they listen to the lyrics. And that's cool, every rapper got supporters in the crowd, but applause ain't evidence no matter how loud. If 10 people scream win, that don't settle the score. It just means 10 people wanted you to win before. Real criticism asks questions, real praise explains why. Real discussion survives after the hype dies. So when all the smoke clears and the excitement ends, what's left standing besides your friends? Yeah. The thing I find funny is this whole conversation started from you making creativity accusations. Now every response somehow circles back around to the same contradiction that I pointed out. You say creativity matters, okay, cool. Then why does every rebuttal follow the same rules? Why is every hook built from the
every verse repainting the same old paint. You keep saying you're creating while I'm chasing your trail, but most of your track is reacting to details. If I'm supposedly obsessed, then explain this to me. Why'd you dedicate 8 verses to discussing me? That's not a gotcha, that's just arithmetic. The numbers tell a story and they're pretty specific. Call me whatever. Fake pen, comment watcher, uncreative. But eventually the audience notices a pattern. The more you try to escape the contradiction, the more the contradiction becomes the track. And that's why the title fits. Contradicting Clown. Because every round, you argue with me and accidentally argue with yourself. Yeah.
I want every word heard clearly. You keep saying you're answering everything, but half your track is just telling people you answered everything. That's not the same thing. Imagine a math teacher asking for the solution, and somebody keeps saying, I solved it, I solved it, I solved it. Cool. Show the work. Cause the more you repeat the claim, the more it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself. And that's been the theme of this whole battle. Not proven, just repeating. You know what's crazy? You spend a huge part of the track talking about creativity. Meanwhile, your biggest defense is you use the same angles. Of course I do. If the contradiction is still standing, why would I stop talking about it? If somebody keeps getting caught speeding, the ticket doesn't disappear because you're tired of hearing about it. You call somebody uncreative, then got accused of doing the same thing, then responded by repeating the accusation. That's not escaping the point, that's becoming the point. Let's talk about the crowd for a second, cause every battle got one. The people screaming body, the people screaming cooked, before the song even finishes, before the bars get dissected, before anybody thinks. And I'm not mad at supporters, every artist has them, but a cheering section isn't a judging panel. 100 people saying W doesn't automatically explain why. That's why I pay attention to arguments, not reactions, cause reactions are instant. Arguments survive scrutiny, and that's where this battle keeps getting interesting. Here's the part that keeps making me laugh. You titled a track around contradictions and spent most of the song demonstrating one. You say you're independent of the conversation, yet the conversation keeps bringing you back. You say you don't need validation, yet half the track addresses public perception. You say repetition isn't evidence, yet repetition is your primary defense. That's why I don't need to exaggerate anything. I don't need wild insults, I don't need shock value. I just need to point at what's already there. Cause the strongest rebuttals aren't built from fiction, they're built from patterns. And every new response keeps adding another one.